Hey you guys, my name is Mara Sullivan and welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we are going to be talking about solo dates. We're going to be talking about fun dates that you can take yourself out on, whether it's for Valentine's Day, Galentine's Day, your birthday, literally any time of the year. But I am currently doing a series called Galentine Wine Time, which is so hard to say. But I wanted to do something fun for Valentine's Day, Galentine's Day. Valentine's Day, we all know is for Bay. Valentine's Day is for your partner, for the couples. But Galentine's Day is for the girls. And so I wanted to do a fun little mini series of sorts for Galentine's Day with a few different videos just talking about all like girlhood, womanhood specific topics. I do have a few videos already up. And so if you have not watched any other videos a part of this series, go check those out. Um, I have been talking about all different topics from like divine feminine, PMS, cycles, dating, intimacy. What else that I cover? I did self care and romanticizing your life, and just like all fun, just girl fun like topics for the girl, for the gals, for the girls. But in today's video, we're going to be talking about solo dates specifically. Like I said, this can be for Valentine's Day, it can be for Galentine's Day, it can be for just any time of the year. If you want to make, you know, taking yourself out on dates a like weekly thing, a monthly thing, like, something that you do more regularly. These are just a few fun options for you to try out if you have not already. Fun fact, you guys, I do not actually drink wine. It makes me so sick. I get the worst headaches. I get nausea. I get like it just makes my stomach feel awful. And so this is cranberry juice and tequila today. We got a little spicy. In all of the other videos that I recorded, I did tequila and what is it called? Sparkling water. But in today's video, I decided to actually have a tiny bit of alcohol. Um, in this video. Um, but yeah, let's get into a few solo date ideas. Let me know what your like favorite wine is. Across the board, they tend to make me feel sick. But if you know any like really good wines or good wine replacements, if you are also someone who struggles with drinking wine but has found a good alternative or alternatives, please let me know down below. I know Recess is a good one. Adaptogens are good. Desoy or Desoy. I don't know how to pronounce it, but I have found a few different alcohol replacements that are pretty good. But in general, I do just like cranberry juice mixed with whatever. If I'm like drinking anything, it's typically tequila if I'm gonna have alcohol. But um, just I like, I like cranberry juice mixed with anything just because I love cranberry juice. It's so weird. Like the hard liquors I'm fine with, but wine I can't drink. It's so weird. Like I feel like most people are the opposite. Most people cannot drink the hard liquors like vodka, tequila, whiskey, rum, like those kind of things. But I can drink those and be just fine. But if I drink wine, I am out of commission completely. So don't know what that's about, but if you do know, please let me know down below. But yeah, so we are going to get into a few solo dates. Something that's really fun. I know that it's really hard to go out right now, especially if you live somewhere where it's cold. I have on my puffer right now because it is 7 degrees outside when I am recording this. I live in Maryland and we are in a deep freeze. So, even though my home, thank God, is very, very warm, I thought it would be fun to. I want to record all of the Valentine's Day videos in pink anyway, and I have this amazing pink coat, which is from Forever 21, by the way. And it's from Forever 21 years ago. Like this coat is like almost 5 years old. I've had this coat for a very long time. Um, but yeah, this is like one of my favorite little puffers, and it's actually like really warm. Sometimes puffers are like just cute and they're not actually warm. Great quality, not sponsored. Obviously, this is 5 years old. It wouldn't be sponsored anyway. um, but some fun little solo date ideas. Like I said, I know that it can be hard to like be outside this time of year depending on where you live. So I'm gonna start with a few at home little dates and things that you can do for yourself if you have never sent yourself flowers, but you really want some flowers. Start there. Like Send Yourself Flowers. I just thought of the book Buy Yourself the Damn Flowers by Tam Carr. I don't really know how to say her last name, but if any of you guys follow her on YouTube, she's like one of the biggest YouTubers on the platform right now. She just wrote a book that is incredible. If you're looking for like a fun gift idea for yourself for Valentine's Day, for Galentine's Day, if you're looking for something to treat your bestie with, it is one of the best books that I can recommend for the gals. It is an incredible book. I love her. I love her channel in general. So if you don't watch her videos, um, go watch them if you're like really into personal development and confidence and leveling up and just that whole like her whole channel is that. And so like you will definitely love her if you love girly, fun, leveling up type of content. Um, but reading is a really, really fun self solo date for me. I love a good book. I know it's like super basic, but I genuinely get so much joy out of reading. Um, Fiction and nonfiction, like I said, Buy Yourself the Damn Flowers is nonfiction. But I think like a man, like I'm trying to think of like really fun ones for Valentine's Day. That those two are like the main ones. Um, Think Like a Man is incredible. If you have never read it, especially if you are dating right now or dating this year, read Think Like a Man by Steve Harvey, 10 out of 10. I read that book years ago and it's one that I always go back to. It is an incredible book. Um, that's also nonfiction. Um, The Let Them Theory by Mel Robbins, 10 out of 10 as well. So I do like some personal development books, but in general, I prefer fiction. I love romance novels. I love spicy romance novels, which is super fun this time of year for Valentine's Day, for Galentine's Day. Especially if you're in a book club, I highly recommend like read some spicy romance novels. It'll make you like just have fun and like it's such a fun read, especially if you're reading with the girls. Um, but that's really fun. Kennedy Ryan, all of her books, I talk about her in like every single video. If you're not reading any Kennedy Ryan's books, go read those. She's the best romance like author ever. And her books aren't like cheesy romance novels. Like as much as I love romance, I don't like mushy romance. Like it has to have like some drama and some depth and some suspense and I like a little bit of a thriller romance if that makes sense. Like I like a little bit of danger. I like it to be very diverse. Like I don't like just straight mush when I'm reading romance novels. Um so books are always my go-to and like creating a little space in your home where you like if you are someone who does love to read, creating a space in your home that is set up just for reading with like a little bookshelf or like a nook. Your perfect chair with like candles and blankets and pillows and just making it fun and making it cute. There's so many different things that you can do at home that are going to, you know, make yourself feel like you're on a date and you can like switch up your space and switch up your environment and do different things, in different spaces in your home. If you have a space in your home that you don't use often, that you never use, do something with it. Like you can, just really take your space to different levels and do new things and get creative with your space when you are spending more time indoors, as most of us are this year. It's winter. Um, like I said before, buy yourself some flowers if you really want to. If you've never sent yourself flowers, do it. And it doesn't have to be like from a expensive flower shop or company or anything like that. If you have DoorDash, you can literally just DoorDash yourself some flowers. Like if you really just need something like that's gonna make you instantly happy. I love roses. I keep roses in my house and like on a regular basis in general. Um, Mostly like artificial ones just because obviously real roses die. But I do have really good artificial roses that I've found that look really real, and I will leave those on the screen, the ones that I love to decorate my home with. I live a very like romantic lifestyle in general, and so like Valentine's Day is my lifestyle pretty much. And so like I love all things romance. I am obsessed with love. I love love. I love romance. I love everything that goes with the romantic vibe. I love dark chocolate. I love old like classic movies. I love music. I love jazz. I love romance books like I said and rom-coms and like lovey-dovey movies and like I just love that stuff anyway. So I romance is a part of my lifestyle in general. And so I feel like I'm always on a solo date. Like 24/7. I, have a little solo date with myself pretty often. And so like obviously we all know like the classic taking yourself to a coffee shop, taking yourself to your favorite cafe to get your favorite coffee or your favorite treat is the go-to solo date for most people. So that's always a good one. But also for home, like I said, you can send yourself flowers. You can always send yourself your favorite food, your favorite snacks, your favorite drink. Cooking is a great at home solo date if you like to cook, if you like to bake, if you want to try new recipes. That is always a fun thing to do. If you are home and just bored and looking for things to do, you can always like try new recipes, use Pinterest. You don't have to like buy cookbooks, but if you want to buy a cookbook, Martha Stewart, I believe, just dropped one, and I think it's actually very expensive. So that like actually don't take my word on that one, but I do believe Martha Stewart just dropped a brand new cookbook, and I will try to leave that like on the screen. But find fun recipes that you really like. You can bake. If you are someone who is looking for new ways to spend your time at home, I love having a good decluttering session, getting rid of anything in my space that I do not need anymore, anything in my space that should not be there or doesn't need to be there anymore, cleaning the kitchen and cleaning out the pantry, cleaning out the fridge, like putting on some music and just doing like tasks like that is fun for me. Like I wouldn't say it's a solo date, but it's definitely like a fun activity that you can do solo and that you can like make fun with the right music, the right podcast. You can really make a solo date out of anything, to be honest. Like it's not hard to do. Um, but yeah, if you have certain like go-to things. For me, I love tea, I love candles, I love, like I said, having roses in my space at all times. I just love a romantic lifestyle. I always listen to jazz. I always listen to some form of like romantic music like all the time. um Sinatra, Barry Manilow. I've been on a huge Barry Manilow kick recently because I like kind of just found out about him, which is so crazy because everyone who knows me like personally knows like that is my style of music. And it's so weird that I haven't listened to him until now. But he's on tour right now, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna go see him very soon. But it's so funny that I just like got put on to Barry Manilow. But listen to him a lot. He has a whole album dedicated just to New York City called "This Is My Town." I have had that album on repeat like every single day for like 2 weeks. Like I am so obsessed. If you have not seen any of my other videos, I'm obsessed with New York City. It is the biggest part of my personality trait besides romance, and New York City itself is the most romantic city in the world. Everyone thinks Paris is, but I haven't been to Paris, so I can't speak on it, but I believe nowhere is better than New York City. um but I love anything that like gives me that like feeling of elegance and sophistication. I love Kenny G, Jeff Lorber, Stan Getz, like all of the, classics, romantics, and like there's that kind of vibe. But even like regular like R&B, fun baby making music as we used to call it growing up. Brian McKnight, just like that like genre of like, Marvin Gaye type music, or like R&B type music, a good Usher playlist, like just, thing anything that's like super fun and sexy and it's gonna make you feel good and feel good about yourself. Um, Make sure that you always have like, you don't have to have on in the background at all times, but like when you do listen to music, especially this time of year, like get a Valentine's Day playlist, a Galentine's Day playlist, just like we all have our Christmas playlist. You can do one for Valentine's Day too, of all of your favorite love songs and all of your favorite like romance music and things like that. It's really fun. Um, what else is a really great go to? I always, like I said, I love cooking, I love baking. Getting out of the house though, you can always take yourself new places. If you feel like you do the same things every single day, all the time, it is so much fun to go to a place that you've never been to before, especially if you're by yourself. I feel like anything that you do by yourself is always going to grow your confidence. And so, like, if you have places in your area that you have never been to before that you always wanted to go to, don't wait for someone to be able to go with you. Go by yourself and get yourself out of your comfort zone. Libraries are an amazing solo date. I can't even tell you the last time that I like checked out a book because I've been so spoiled with Kindle. I used to go to the library every single day. Um, but libraries are an amazing little solo date. Bookstores are an incredible solo date. I also, if you like live in a place that's very museum heavy, I live adjacent, like DC adjacent. I live in Maryland. And so like going to museums is always fun. It's always like gives you that sense of like elegance, and anything that you would do on a date with someone else do you want to date by yourself? Even if you are in a relationship, you should still be going on solo dates. If you have never read the book The Artist Way by, I believe her name is Julia Cameron or Julie Cameron, one of those. Um, that book is like all solo dates, all like, especially like if you're single and if you are like in the creative field or like have creative passions and creative pursuits and things like that. Um, that book is like a combination of taking advantage of like being single, or where you can read it even if you're not single, obviously, but like taking advantage of like any free time that you have and developing like a really strong sense of creativity and having a creative outlet. It's like a combination of like a self-help book, but for creatives and for, people who want to, if you need to learn how to enjoy your own company more, if you're someone who kind of struggles with being by yourself, or you struggle with being alone, or you struggle with being single, or loneliness, or not having a ton of friends, and things like that, I highly, highly, highly recommend The Artist Way. That book is incredible. If you've heard the term morning pages, that is where that term came from. So read the book The Artist Way. She talks all about solo dates and how, she has like a, I believe it's a 12-week program where, she recommends going on a solo date, taking yourself on a solo date once a week. So, it can be something simple and something fun, and it can be like, something that's just really fun for you to do. Um, Another like really good out of the house date, we all know taking yourself to a restaurant can be like a lot of fun. I took myself to Carbone by myself last year when I went to New York City to see John Batiste. I went to Carbone solo. They actually do not take one person reservations. I was supposed to go with someone who bailed at the last minute, and I just went anyway. And it was so fun. It was so out of my comfort zone because I cannot stand going to restaurants by myself. I can do anything by myself, but going to a restaurant by myself, I do not like. Like, oh my goodness. But it was so much fun. I had the best meal. I love Carbone. That is my favorite restaurant. It's like my favorite like upscale restaurant. Um, it's impossible to get a reservation though, but if you've never been, I highly recommend going, especially if you love Italian. Italian is my favorite food. Again, romance. When I tell you guys my entire lifestyle is romance, like it doesn't get more romantic than Italy. Like, come on. Um, but I was saying about New York, the only other place that's probably more romantic than New York City, I would think, is Italy. Um, but yeah, I love, love, love Italian food. So like any place that has amazing Italian food, I'm gonna go to. But Carpone specifically is definitely worth the hype. Um, it's impossible to get a reservation too. You got to make it months in advance. There's only like 5 in the country. But I love their food. It's incredible. But going out to eat by yourself is always fun. Going to sit at a bar by yourself is always fun. Getting dressed up, getting cute, and going somewhere by yourself, 10 out of 10. Going to any shows, concerts. I go to shows, concerts by myself all the time. If there's someone I want to go see, I go. Like most of the time, I'll invite someone else, but a lot of times people aren't into the same things like I'm into, like, or they just, the timing is off and money, whatever. So I just end up going a lot of places by myself, and I love to. Last year I went to go see a bunch of people by myself. I met Kenny G last year. Like I went to his book signing by myself in DC, and then I went to his concert, and then I went to see Usher by myself. I went to see John Batiste by myself. Like did a whole like solo trip to New York City to see John Batiste. That's when I took myself out to eat, and like I just love doing things by myself. It does really grow your confidence so much. Solo traveling, obviously, be safe, be careful, but it's fun. Like, and you could just have so much more freedom and so much more flexibility to do whatever you want to do when you're by yourself. Um, and so this is your reminder, if you have things that you really want to do, but you're like waiting on someone else to go with you, and you might not have other people to go with you, go by yourself. Like it is okay. Like you're gonna be okay. If you're a person of faith, obviously pray before you go anywhere, and remember that you're never really alone. And be smart, be wise, be vigilant. There we go. I said vigilant. That was not the word. Vigilant. Be aware of your surroundings. Like, be safe. Read reviews before you go anywhere. Don't be like, make wise decisions when you are doing things by yourself. Don't put yourself in vulnerable situations, all that good stuff. But, get yourself out of your comfort zone. And it's so fun to, like I said, to make little solo dates. Anything can be a solo date. A workout, doing a new workout class, or like treating yourself to a workout class, because I know that they can be expensive. Getting a personal trainer can be, a nice little like solo treat. If you want to do something extra special for yourself, do things that are investing in your health, things that are going to invest in your in your health and in your time and in your life. If you really want to make like some huge life change, then do that. Especially if you're single, if you have no kids yet, like right now is the time in your life where you have more freedom than you will ever have in your entire life, especially if you are someone who wants to start a family in the future. Like, take advantage of not having one right now. Like, whatever it is that you want to do, don't wait until you have someone else to do things with. Like, definitely go start to do whatever you want to do right now. Other things that are really fun to do, I know every girl loves Target, but if you haven't been to an actual mall in a long time, and I feel like most of us have not because malls are kind of on the decline these days. If you have not been to an actual mall, go to the mall. Like, I love going to the mall, even if it's just a window shop. Like, going to the mall used to be one of my favorite things to do when I was like preteen teenager, and I feel like malls need to make a comeback. Can we make malls a comeback? Like, I feel like with online shopping, it will just never happen again, at least like not in the way that they used to be. But if you have not been to the mall in a long time, go to the mall. Like, it's so fun to like go to a food court and like get the little like fast food stands and be able to go to a bunch of different stores at the same time in one day. Like, going to the mall is the perfect solo date if you have not been to the mall in a long time. Like, not just going to like one big department store, but like going to the mall and going to a bunch of different stores in a day and getting your Starbucks and walking around the mall, which the Starbucks like used to be such a vibe. Like, it was one of my favorite things to do was walk around the mall in my Starbucks and my Uggs. It's just such a vibe. It takes me back to being in middle school, and it was just so much fun. So if you have not been to the mall in a long time, that is one of my absolute favorite solo dates. Also, just doing like, you don't have to plan a whole big vacation, but I'm somewhere, like I said, I live in Maryland, and so I have a lot of fun adjacent cities that are very close. New York City is like 3.5 hours away. DC is 45 minutes away. Like, I'm super close to bigger cities. And so if you live somewhere, like, even if you feel like you live in a small town or somewhere where there's not much to do, if you can go like somewhere easily, that's outside of your town or outside of your city or outside of your county, wherever you live, do that. Even if it's just for a day, like, take yourself on a day trip. You don't have to spend a ton of money, or just like go somewhere overnight and like go do something that you've never done before. Go see something you've never seen before. Do, like I said, whatever it is always going to get you out of your comfort zone. And that's, things that you've always wanted to do and that you might be waiting for other people to do. Just go. Just do it. Like Nike says, just do it. Any hotels that you've been wanting to stay at, go stay at a hotel for a night. Like, just do. That's one of my favorite solo dates too, is going to a really nice hotel, staying for the night, and just like having a luxury elevated experience, especially if it's a hotel with a pool. Going to a spa is a very nice solo date. Again, you don't need to be with a group or be with another person to do a lot of things. Like, you can always, anything you can do with someone else, you can do by yourself for the most part. But you can just have fun. It's like, um, like I said, spa days, anything pampering related, is always like a fun, nice little treat for yourself. I love a pool. I love gyms that have pools. I love hotels that have pools. I love swimming. Obviously, my hair does not like swimming, but I make it work. But I love a pool. I Airbnb with a pool. Um, I love swimming. That's like one of my little luxuries in life is a pool. And so, just find things that make you happy and more ways to incorporate that into your life, whatever it is that you love to do and whatever makes you feel good and feel gives you that sense of, like I said, comfort and luxury and elegance, and gives you that romantic feel, that romantic vibe. Like, anything that's sophisticated and, you know, a little upscale is always going to feel like a date. And it's always going to make you feel like, you're giving yourself a really fun, classy, unique experience. Playing sports is always fun. If has, like I said, I love swimming. I used to be on the swim team in high school, and I let it go for a while, and I try to swim as much as I can now and be intentional about making sure that I, go to places and stay at places that have pools, because that's one of my little life's luxuries. Um, whatever you used to do as a kid, start doing those things again. Hobbies are huge, especially for solo dates. Like, hobbies, whatever it is that you're into, you need to just do more of that. If you like don't know what like your actual core personality traits are, get really specific about what makes you you. What are the things that make up your personality. When people think of you, what do you want them to think? With me, it's like New York City, books, tea, romance, jazz. Like, what do you want people to think of when they think of you? And um, those are the things that you need to fill more of your life and more of your time with. Candles for me as well. Um, you need to just really figure out what are the things that make up your personality, and do more of those things as much as possible. Lean into everything that you love. Something else that's really fun is doing a photo shoot. If you have never done a photo shoot before, and you want to, or it's something that, has always looked fun, but you've never tried it, do a photo shoot. Like, find a location that you've always wanted to shoot in and go do it. They are so much fun. You can find a photographer, that you trust. Again, just read reviews, and, it's so much fun to do a photo shoot if you always just wanted to get cute and dressed up and, take really nice pictures at a fabulous location, whether it's like on location somewhere or in a studio with a photographer. It's so much fun to do a photo shoot. That is one of the best little um solo dates that you can go on. Like, having just a professional photo shoot is so much fun, especially since we're all so used to just using our phone cameras to take pictures. To have an actual like photographer taking your pictures, especially if like you're wearing something that you love and that makes you feel amazing, like get a new outfit and go on location or go to a studio and just have a whole photo shoot. You have multiple different outfits and multiple different scenes. Like, that's so much fun. And, create memories for yourself. Like, you don't even have to post them if you don't want to, but you'll have the pictures for you. Create your own little photo album, scrapbook, like do things that are, again, just make you feel amazing. And if you have a dress that you've always wanted to wear, or something that you've always wanted to wear and haven't gotten to wear it yet, do a photo shoot with the dress. Like, just, you don't need an event to dress up. Like, just be more intentional about making yourself feel good and making yourself happy and doing more of the things that you love to do. A photo shoot is a really, really great, fun solo date. Also, a movie night is the easiest one. Like, taking yourself to the movies, and or actually, having a movie night in your house with your favorite snacks, your favorite drinks, and um, wine. Like, anything that you love. Popcorn is my favorite snack in general. Like, again, these are things that I do pretty much on a daily basis anyway. Um, but it's so important to make sure that you have, really intentional solo time, even if you are in a relationship, and even if you do have tons of friends that you see all the time. It's so important to make sure that you have a healthy relationship with yourself, because it's going to just improve the quality of your life in general. The relationship that you have with yourself is going to be a reflection of everything in your entire life. It's going to be a reflection of your relationships with other people. It's going to, make the biggest difference in your life in general when you genuinely love yourself and put yourself first and know what you like. And like I said, when you know your personality traits, and when you're super intentional about doing every single thing, that you love as much as possible, and leaning into everything that you love as much as possible. Favorite movies, having a marathon, like binge watching whatever your favorite show is always fun, or a new show is always fun. Watching movies you've never seen before, like, so much fun. I'm super into like old movies, classic movies, like the black and white, like Audrey Hepburn, Marilyn Monroe, like classic, you know, those types of movies I like. And I've just been getting so much more into those. I've also been on a huge, this is random, but Johnny Carson kick. I've been going back and watching all like old episodes of the Johnny Carson show. Because I know that he's an icon, and like I love people who like have huge, personalities and have been super impactful in society, but I actually like never knew much about him. And, as someone who, I just have an old soul. And so like I love going back and watching like all the throwbacks and learning about people's lives and documentaries and reading their books. And I just love hearing people tell their stories and things like that. And so that's been really fun. So do any type of like movie night, TV show binge, whatever your favorite hobbies are. Making vision boards is such a fun little like solo date activity, and making vision boards and making it fun. And you don't need to just do like one vision board for the entire year. Like, you can make vision boards for every single area of your life. You can make vision boards for every season, like the winter. You can make vision boards for the spring, make a vision board for the summer, make a vision board for the fall, make a vision board for the winter. Like, You can make a vision board for your life in general. It doesn't have to be just for the year. Like, make a vision board for whatever decade of life you're in. If you're in your 20s, make a vision board for the rest of your 20s. Make a vision board for your 30s, 40s, 50s, and so on. Like, you don't have to just make one specific vision board for a year. Like, you can make vision boards for anything. So, make a vision board for the family you want, for the life you want, for the career you want. Make a whole career vision board. Like, what do you want out of your career? If you want a career, if you want to be a stay-at-home mom or a housewife, like, make a vision board for that. Making vision boards for the life that you want in every area that you want is so fun. For your health, for your body, for your friendship group, like for trips that you want to take. Oh my goodness, whatever trip you want to take, make a vision board for it. Even if you can't take the trip right now, make a vision board for it. Make a whole itinerary for whatever trips you want to take. Start planning trips that you want to go on. Like, it doesn't matter whether or not you can go on it now or not. Like, make a vision board for it, make itineraries for the trips that you want to go on. That is one of the most fun dates that you can do. Trip planning and making vision boards for literally anything. Make, like, literally for anything. Go on Pinterest, make a board. I know a lot of people use Canva. I use PowerPoint to make I'm old school, you guys. Like, I'm literally a grandma. I still use PowerPoint to basically make everything. But it's just a lot of fun. You can make a vision board for anything. You can plan a trip for anywhere. You do not have to wait until you have the money or you have the time and you have the person to go with you. Like, just plan the trip. Plan the trip now. It'll be so much fun just to, like, get the wheels turning and get you thinking about what you actually want to do if you want to go somewhere, or if the opportunity arises and you want to take it. It's going to be so much fun for you to do. Last thing is to take personality tests. This is something that's super fun to do solo. If you have not taken the Enneagram test, take that. If you have not taken the whatever test it is that has the INFJP thing, I'm gonna leave it on the screen. I'm gonna leave like a ton of different personality tests on the screen. But taking those is so much fun. Again, if you're someone who feels like you don't enjoy your own company, or you know, are not comfortable being solo and doing things by yourself, just start by just getting to know yourself a little bit more. Go back to the basics. What's your favorite color? What's your favorite food? What's your favorite drink? Like, just start to get to know yourself all over again. That's a lot of fun, but taking personality tests is a lot more fun. You're going to actually learn, like, really really in depth about yourself and how you think, and it's also just so much fun to be asked questions about your personality. I feel like the only time that we get asked questions about ourselves is when we're dating and when we're on interviews and maybe when you're making a new friend, but that's like it. So it's so much fun to take personality tests and to figure out more things about yourself that you might not even know about yourself, and to learn more things, um, to learn why you think the way you do, and you'll also get insight on, things that might be um things that might help you to, function, like things and routines and habits and ways of thinking, and things that might improve your life according to your specific personality type. And so taking personality tests is a lot of fun and definitely a really 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 great solo date. Like I said, I will leave some of those on the screen. If you guys have any other solo date favorites that you really enjoy doing, please leave them down below. If you have not checked out any of the other videos in this Galentine Wine Time series, go check those out and let me know your favorite wine down below. Even though it makes me sick, let me know your favorite wine and or wine alternatives down below. Um, and let me know, like I said, your favorite solo dates. Let me know your Valentine's Day plans and or your Galentine's Day plans. What's your favorite thing to do alone? What are you scared to do alone that you do want to do? Like, is there anything like, are there any solo dates that you've been wanting to take, but you've been too scared to take? Please let me know those down below as well. And I will talk to you guys in my next one. Bye.